are so corrupt, and so they should be kicked out. The BJP should not be allowed. And that you have to, everybody has to say that. BJP is Hindu, Brahmin, North Indian, all put together, Sanskrit, and all the bullshit. So, but he said that, but he even watered it down. But he was so virulently anti-DMK and ADMK. He said they're all the same criminals. He got 8%. And the common wisdom was that he was the hope of the youth. Youth were all investing in him. It was true. And now, even though that undercurrent of Tamil pride, not Dravidian pride, Tamil pride which rejected Dravidian criminality and corruption was there. Now that fellow went down to 1.5% because of this Vijay. This Vijay has swept everything. Now, coming back to again why, nobody knows yet. Nobody. I don't think anybody can give you a definitive answer of why 35% or something, whatever it is, people suddenly decide he was the hope of. Because there's nothing he can. He has not shown anything. Nobody thinks he's a scoundrel so far. He just is a great, very successful actor. That's it. There is nothing more. And now he has. So anyway, that is as far as who he is and why exactly. Why exactly, the answer is not known. It is just a shock to everybody.
So right now, when we are recording, I mean, the things are not clear whether he will become chief minister or the AIDMK and DMK will get together, although they have very, very bad relations. But that possibility people are talking about. Is there any possibility of these two coming together? Because there have been some speculation about that.
That's a very good question. That's one of the biggest questions we have now. Now, whether even the first thing is whether Vijay will even succeed finally in forming a government, we don't know. And if he forms a government, see how one, if he scrapes together 118 or 119, that is a recipe for disaster. Every day will be a matter of survival, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So
that will be continuous for the blackmail by this and that guy,
Yeah. The VCK, that stupid fellow, has got 2 seats. There is a talk that he might become chief minister. He wants deputy chief.
Deputy.
Yeah, this is a nonsense. So this, even if even if they come, they none of them are coming because of any conviction. This is all for the like the Congress. They're not coming because they want a suddenly. They have been ignored. They've been treated like untouchables by the DMK. But they wanted last time they were promised cabinet post, they never given. They treated like jerks. And you saw a bit because that's why Rahul Gandhi even didn't go for campaigning to Tamil Nadu and all that. So finally, this has given the Congress a sudden incentive to join this fellow in the hope of, number one, getting a couple of cabinet posts, which itself is completely shameful for them. But even that is better than nothing. But even more worrisome in my book, and I think you will agree, they want to get a foothold in Tamil Nadu politics. And what I'm worried about, and I'm sure the BJP Delhi is also worried about, if they form the government and get a foothold in the in the government, Tamil Nadu government, that will be they might have an alliance in the parliament election 29. And if Vijay, if he could get 35 seats now, next time if he rules for 2-3 years, he will know the ropes, he will learn the ropes. The 29, if he has an alliance with the Congress, that Modi would not like it. He wanted a foothold in Tamil Nadu. Instead of that, now all the states of Congress except Tamil Nadu, and including Tamil Nadu, if they get a foothold, it will be a very bad sign for 29 for Modi. Yeah.
So one of the biggest, the biggest loser in this election is BJP. Their vote share last time was 11%, and it has from 3%. Annamalai pushed it to 11+%, and now they are back to 3% again. So they are the biggest loser. And if at all, AIDMK and DMK get together, or something like that happens. So what was being proposed by Annamalai, and there is a speculation with some validity, because some people are that he may be going to the Rajya Sabha through some route and have some important ministerial position. This is a speculation right now. So that may be a reward for him, and to make him more relevant and powerful to take on these politicians. But they have lost heavily, they're the biggest loser in this election.
There is no question that the BJP is a big loser. Even in the DMK also a big loser. But the BJP is
Yeah.
completely been made irrelevant in this. Now it's not only irrelevant. Now going forward, nobody wants to touch the BJP. That will be see Vijay. Even though he doesn't know anything, but before they're in a couple of
Yeah,
meetings,
he has said that.
that is because he still has not given that part of the Dravidianism, that
Yeah,
he still pays obeisance to Periyar. He will say
yeah.
Periyar, and then
uh,
he will say Kamaraj and Annadurai, and then what's one more thing? I forget what it is. So he does all this, and Ambedkar, of course. Everybody has to say Ambedkar. In
hmm.
India, like
Everybody has to.
like Amit Shah said, if you only got, instead of saying Ambedkar a number of times, he said, if you done something, he made a comment. You keep on saying Ambedkar every time, something like that. You would have been better off doing something. Anyway, so he says all those things. I'm sure he doesn't know anything of what those people are or what they stood for. Nothing. He just says it because on the assumption all the his advisors should have told him in Tamil Nadu you have to say these things, and that is the and if he, let's say he comes to power, and then he even with 118, and even for 6 months if he continues and the Congress is there, that is a bad sign for the BJP, of course. So the BJP now, I have, if that's my gut feeling, and many people are saying that also, they are the ones who are stopping the governor from asking him to form a government and then prove the on the in the house. Yeah.
No, so there is a Supreme Court judgment also, because I've been hearing from the person who know the exact history. So going to that norm of calling the to form the government, what discontinued after Romesh Bhandari didn't allow Kalyan Singh, and made somebody else the chief minister, and that was and then this was reversed, or finally the Supreme Court made a verdict that because this position gives a very big inducement to the horse trading which happens. So whosoever is making a present, so they have to come with the list of the people in hard copy, with signature, which will be verified from the records and whatever is the administrative system. So that was not possible till few hours ago. So they are now following that, that used to happen in past. But because of the mechanization of Ramesh Bhandari, what happened in Lucknow 30 years something ago, this thing has been changed. So this is one explanation. And definitely during political maneuvering, these things are possible. So how do you see the situation going ahead, uh, for BJP at least, because they are habitual of coming out of a deep trouble like this. They have the strategies, they have a face. If he goes to this Annamalai goes to center and he holds some important position, he is going to give a very, very bad time to all these Dravidian politicians or whosoever. So that is, of course, a speculation, but I don't think they are going to waste him. So how do you see the situation? Will it they will be able to manage, or it is still? We don't know everything about that right now.
Yeah. You know, going back to Kalyan Singh was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even remember the exact details, but I
Mm.
thought in several other subsequent cases, the person with the largest number of seats has been, not because if they get 30%, if they have, like just short by a few, like in this one, I think the person with the largest number have been asked to go to the assembly and prove it in the floor of the assembly, rather than first convince the governor with a list. That was my understanding. I didn't know that there is a Supreme Court ruling
Yeah,
saying
Supreme
that.
Court.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure if you're saying it, it must be right. I thought that I thought the rule was not just definitely convention was that the largest number will be given an opportunity to form a government and then prove it. And give me 1 second. That was my understanding. But what you are saying is there is a specific SC ruling saying that no, it cannot be done unless you give a list of, in this case, let us say 118. Yeah, go ahead.
And one more thing was that if there is a pre-poll alliance, that I mean, means that they have some solid grouping. They are not, they are the opportunist. It is not an opportunistic alliance. There is one more thing. So definitely in this kind of a complex situation, ultimately the governor has to apply his mind as well, with whatever limitations or the opportunities he has, of course. So how do we see the political situation in going ahead in Tamil Nadu? If Vijay forms a government, that will be very, very delicate, uh, positioning, because he will be open to so much of manipulation and blackmailing, and without having any administrative experience. Oh, how do you see the things? I mean, as if you know few things right now.
Uh, my best guess is that I mean, my mind, what you're saying may be true also. The governor is just purely acting in the best interest of a stable government. Unless he's
Yeah.
convinced of the stability,
Mm.
he will not even allow him to go to the assembly, form a government, and go to the assembly, to the floor of the house. Maybe that is true, but my gut feeling is that there is also some pressure from Delhi saying, but give him a hard time, and finally maybe allow him to form a government. And meanwhile, in the right now, like for example, they may be telling Vijay through back channels, of course, that
Uh,
we will let you form a government, but
of course.
because
Of
the primary interest of the Modi, in my mind, should be to get rid of the DMK. That is number one.
Yeah,
That has
yeah.
been that has been satisfied, and at no cost, I think Modi will let be a DMK form a government. Uh, so they might be working the back channels to tell Vijay, we will let you do it.
Mm.
Even no, you shouldn't have taken the Congress, but even with the Congress, we may let you do it. But we definitely don't want a 29 parliamentary pre-poll alliance with the Congress. It has to be, yeah, it can, we can go together. We'll give you everything you want at the state level, but in the parliamentary elections, they should be we should have an alliance, and you give us 25 seats or 20 seats or whatever it is. So if that, if I were the Modi, then if that understanding is there, the DMK government is gone. Modi doesn't care whether Vijay becomes chief minister or remains chief minister. He wants DMK gone, but then he wants a foothold in Tamil Nadu, and if he gets an alliance with Vijay in the long run, down the road, it'll worry, even including in the MLA election, the next assembly elections. So that is, you're talking saying BJP is finished as of today. In this election, they're complete disaster. The only hope going forward is some kind of arrangement which will let them come back in some fashion. They cannot come back through the DMK. That is gone. Now the ADMK has proved unreliable, and it always it's like it's an unwilling alliance, a forced marriage kind of thing. So they'll say this is great. That's a third party. We wanted to become the third force through Annamalai. Now we lost it for whatever reason. Now Vijay has proved a vote getter that he has shown. Whether it's a one-time wonder, we don't know. It's a one-time. It's just a big, huge vote getter, and a good part of it is because of the disgust with the Dravidian system. Now, the only with if we let him rule, and then somehow get into some debate with him one way or the other, get an extract promise from him using danda and what is the other thing, samadhan, everything. You use all that. Then we will work with you in everything all the way. We'll give you a couple of things also, the three language formulas, just to throw to the local population. And
Yeah.
but this is what we need. We need a parliamentary election alliance and assembly. It's too early to talk. If we do that, they have a hope of getting into Tamil Nadu, and most importantly, they keep out the DMK, and they don't. And also, there's a good chance to completely destroy the Dravidian ecosystem. That's what they want also. And down the road, once the Dravidian ecosystem is defanged for some time, they thrive on corruption and money and power. If that is gone, then even if Vijay remains an independent force, BJP might be the second force after as an alternative. I mean, this is all very hopeful, optimistic thinking. So this is the only way forward that I see of now. I think they will let him form the government with this understanding. Hopefully, what else can I mean? What is your opinion? You tell me now.
I mean, this situation, as you have, I agree with whatever largely you have, assessed, that they will try to have him play to their, tune. And because having won the West Bengal, which was
Exactly.
a gone case, all the so-called secular intellectuals, poll predictors, data scientists have already made this narrative that Bengal is different. And one way, the same way, the also the Tamil Nadu is different. It's different. But we have been reading, and you must agree with me, the situation which was in Punjab, and it was 30, 40 years ago, there were people who will say that the two more states which could go not as bad as Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, but very, very close to that will be West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, because the subnationalism has been promoted with all the strength of all political actors, cinema, literature, everything, all the propaganda machinery. So, having one West Bengal, the positioning of them at a national level as well as to their opponents is now different, because now they are becoming invincible, and that too because of their organizational strength, their leadership spread. Now they have regional leaders coming up like never before. Even we take, they have miscalculated in case of uh, Annamalai, but now they have a face, a young, I mean, a young administrative officer, engineer, and who has practiced in law, maintenance of law, and also within 5 years he could turn the political culture to push the BJP votes to plus 10%. So they have a chance. I mean to say, and if, as the speculation might become correct, if we they don't waste him there, because the things will unfold and he moves to center, and given us very, very important position. So that will make a fundamental difference to how BJP is seen. Because sometimes there have been some discussion that it is too early to speculate, but Mr. Annamalai is up for very, very important position in future to come.
Yes, I agree with you. But in fact, I expected that to happen long time ago.
Yeah.
I thought he would go to the center and become an important minister there,
Mm.
probably deputy minister home or something, where he can continue to go after the DMK and all that. None of that happened. I don't know why. I'm still surprised why
Yes.
he's still in waiting. Now, as far as what was good for him, he is not thrown in the towel. He's also worked. He campaigned hard to no effect. That is a different matter. And in the in my optimistic thinking, I'm thinking, well, once the DMK and ADMK are kept out of power and Vijay become well entrenched, then Annamalai, I think, can be brought back to Tamil Nadu, because the BJP leadership is completely in disarray. They have such a bad name. I've spoken to some of my friends. They are all full of disgust for the local BJP leadership, the state leadership.
Mhm.
Annamalai can be brought in, and the if Vijay is one force, Annamalai can be brought in for the 29 elections to campaign with Vijay, or even if they'll say, we are not enemy, but we want to test our own. Vijay and Annamalai, campaigning. Vijay can get his votes, and Annamalai can get the BJP votes, and the DMK and ADMK will not be in power. So I'm hoping something like that will happen. The BJP get foothold. And as far as the DMK and ADM coming together, you have mentioned that also. It is a possibility. They've been such rabid enemies. It is as if you were
Yes.
talking about Trinamool and CPM partnership, or something like that, or BJP and Modi and Rahul Gandhi becoming
Yeah.
partners.
Yeah.
That is the but
Mm.
the fact that now the ADMK fellows, that on this Edappadi Krishna, he has lost every election.
Mm.
He was chief minister
Mm.
because the election was won by Jayalalitha, and
Yeah.
then completely propped up by BJP. So he completed 4 years. So he has proved that he cannot win an election. And unfortunately, there is nobody else, even in the offing. There's no leader, popular leader in the ADMK. Now, having been out of power, then lost all parliamentary elections and assembly elections, they will be in complete. Hello,
Yes.
are you still there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now I see. So they'll be completely demoralized, the ADMK cadre now. So they will be ripe for pickings by the DMK, whether or not they form a government. Most of them, if offered, they will go to the DMK now, irrespective of what happens. Now, so already the ADMK is a non-entity now. In my book, I don't know how they can come back without a leader, without power, nothing. So, and if you remember, about 30 or 50% of the top powerful DMK ministers are all ADMK imports, including that Balaji and everything. They will take them, and if they were half the ADMK, or even most of the ADMK fellows, even if they were not offered money, they will say, we don't have a future, we won't make money or become an MLA. Let me go and join there. Hopefully something might happen. So this will be, it's an excellent possibility that they will go there. But as far as forming a government, 1 minute, give me 1 minute. I'll lose the thought. They may uh, they may come together, and let's say theoretically, hypothetically, even if they form a government, that will cause such a disgust among the population that that this fellow won 110 seats, and these two fellows against whom the vote was for him, for Vijay, if they come back to power through backdoor, the worse than backdoor, then they will be wiped out in the next election. Vijay will win 200 seats. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
So, but all said and done, a newcomer, a novice in politics with no political experience, no administrative experience. In Indian political system, you can one some would say that that is the beauty of this system, but as well as a weakness, because if the novice and people who don't understand politics or administration come to such serious positions, they make long term damage to the whole society, the government structure, the level of corruption, the level of disbelief. They decay the system. So, this kind of, there must be some, in my opinion, there must be some legislative, the People's Representative Act must have some modifications. So, who can win election? I mean, everybody with no social work history, no political understanding, no understanding at all of political history or administrative acumen. As you said, that being an actor is okay if he is not a superstar, but he is a superstar in some way, maybe 5 out of 10 or whatever, because he is so popular. So that is also beauty of it, but at the same time it is a great danger, because it only promotes parochial thinking. It puts people with no administrative and political experience at the helm of affair, where they damage immensely, that we have seen so many times.